Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just waiting for confirmation from your end. What is going on? Okay, I'm just kidding. Nothing's going on as such. But yeah, what's going on? How's everyone today? Yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to join so we can start looking. I think audio's check. Everything is okay. Awesome, awesome. How's everyone doing today? Back to Saturday lives. I think we keep doing Saturday lives constantly, so I think we're back to another Saturday live. So this is going to be very interesting for us to go ahead. Also, how's everyone doing now? I know the markets are a bit boring. Honestly, it is not something that you guys are looking forward to or very excited about. I know that, but let's go slowly into it and understand what's going on with the entire market, right? So again, first of all, thank you for coming on the live stream today and taking some time out from your busy weekend schedule to let's understand a little bit of the stock market and what's going on as well. We will also look at a little bit of US stocks today because I think US stocks are also doing some interesting tandavs right now. So I want to look at that also. So we will look at all of it today. Is that okay? Awesome. So first, let's look at, yeah, I know the US market has that Powell commentary going on. So that is something that is very interesting. But first, let's do some quick round of updates before we start very quickly. The first round of update is that we are going to start launching our small cases very soon. As you know, this is our goal to become one of the best fund managers in India. And we are starting that goal from very small, obviously as an outsider coming into the zone. It's going to be a fun journey to start. So I think small cases will come, should come as intended in the first 2 weeks of September. And I think I have given the deep dive understanding of what my small case is going to be all about, I think, to the members on the section. So we're naming it Fluid C. The first basket that's coming out is Fluid C. The second basket that comes out is Fluid Q, and then the third one would be Fluid SM. So 3 baskets would come out. Not immediately, it'll take some time out. First one is going to be a compounding basket, which is going to take care of long-term compounding. The second basket is going to be a quant momentum strategy, which is high risk, high reward, high drawdown. And the third one will be a small and mid cap alpha generation basket as well. So all these 3 are coming out very, very, very soon. So we are going to be very excited for that. I think the 7-bar framework also is doing, has just started last week. They're going to onboard more 1% members next week, and then for the public we will launch it on October 2nd or October 3rd. So right now we're still doing an internal test on all of it, and we're seeing how things work and all of that. So that is from my end. Again, a lot of things going on. As you know, we have started, we've got a new office, everything's ready. So a lot of things are going on in this entire process. So I'm very excited to start this journey and eventually lead up to a PMS and then a fund management and all of that. So everything's fingers crossed and everything's going on in a very beautiful manner. Chalo, let's quickly look at Nifty 50 now. Yeah, let me present my screen. Where is this? Awesome. Can you guys see the screen now? Awesome. Shashank, are you from Kolkata? No, man, I'm not from Kolkata. I'm from right now in Bangalore. So guys, let's look at some of the first. Let's look at Nifty, and then we will do a quick roundup of some of the companies that should do really well from an arbitrage perspective towards Diwali, and then we will quickly look at some US stocks as well, right? And as you guys know, we're part of the Grow network now. We're powered by Grow. So if you want, this terminal that we're using is also the Grow terminal. So if you want to know anything about stocks, you can definitely go check out Grow as well, right? So let's look at what's happening with Nifty. Let me remove some of the long-term indicators here and let's keep it clean. So if you look at this right now, the Nifty index right now is pretty much flattish, mainly because I think we spoke about this last time as well, that the market is flattish because there is nothing to look forward to in the market right now. Earnings have come out quite poor, nothing great with respect to earnings. And we are waiting for the earnings to catch up. And India also has been cognizant of this fact that the earnings has not been good. There has been slowdown, and whenever there is low earnings and low slowdown, the GDP of our country gets affected. And think about it, right? The higher ups in our country want to show that our GDP is awesome, because if they start showing bad GDP, you know what will happen? Suddenly news will come out that, see, US has destroyed India's economy. See, their GDP growth fell because they took a panga with US and all of that, right? And Donald Trump will get overexcited on Twitter and say, I advise India to start doing trade talks with us and all. And it was such a beautiful masterstroke, because I don't know if you guys saw the news recently, but now suddenly we have aligned with China. Have you guys seen that news? All the apps that were banned by China have now been unbanned in the last few days. TikTok has come back, Shein has come back. A lot of these companies are now coming back. So basically, China has got access to our ecosystem compared to US. And this is also a very straightforward dhamki, or a straightforward, not even indirect, it is a direct attack to US, because I think, there is a limit at which people can take things. And I think they were testing that patience from the top management of India. And I think Donald Trump was just overexcited about all of these things, and he thought that he can make India bend to everybody. But I think it kind of backfired against him, and he got screwed big time in all this process, right? Anyway, we don't care about that, because we are equity analysts, guys. We have to look at macroeconomic situations. We have to look at everything, and we have to see who benefits from what, how is everything going on, and who benefits from this trade. And this has been happening for a long time. It's not suddenly that, okay, now we have become friends with China. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in the last 3 to 6 months, a lot of Chinese firms have started taking stake in our Indian companies. I don't know if you guys are noticing that, right? I think Dixon has got a nice backer from a Chinese company right now. And not just China, I think even Japan, who has been a very close friend of India for a long time. Japan also has MUFG, right, from Japan. They have started coming into India very aggressively. They want stake in Yes Bank. They want stake in multiple other banks as well. And if you look at that MUFG's news of investment in India, it is quite interesting, because they are now coming to a lot of investments. Look at this, right? India's DMI Finance got it. They're bullish on more M&A deals that is coming in. It has taken advisors. It has come into advisory role as well. So MUFG is now coming into India very, 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 very aggressively. Dhan closes 200 million fundraise from ChrisCap, AlphaWave, and MUFG. So a lot of things are happening in this space. Not just Chinese companies, but also Japanese companies have come into this, and mostly your US companies are going away from us. Right? That is also happening. Ulta is also happening, right? So in a very weird way, it is a good fact that India and China are actually aligning, mainly because we were suffering from that rare earth materials problem, which will now hopefully get solved. And we saw that happening recently with Bajaj. Rahul Bajaj from Bajaj Group also came and said that now, because of this partnership, the rare earth materials will start coming back to India, and that becomes a good thing to India, right? So right now, Indian government realized that, boss, nothing is moving the needle. Tax rate cuts did not help. Rate cuts did not help. RBI liquidity injection did not help. So final Hail Mary is GST, and then the STCG, LTCG is left for stock market to go up, right? So right now they're playing that GST game, where if they reduce the GST, it'll do well. And mainly, if you've noticed, they've reduced the GST on small consumption stuff, right? So they're boosting the economy from the lower category, which is again a very good thing. It's not a bad thing, but they're boosting the economy from a lower category, right? So small cars have become cheaper, small two-wheelers have become cheaper. All of these things have become very, very cheap in our economy, and this is a great thing that is supposed to happen for our economy. And if this continues to go on, then definitely it should boost. But again, as of today, me and you both cannot confirm with our hand on the finger and say, Shashank, yes, this is something that will boost the economy, because they have tried this in the past. They tried 4 things in the past. It did not work. So we don't know if it will continue to work again, or will it just backfire and again not work. And then what do we do if it doesn't work, right? Then they will have to figure out a way to tell these private corporations that, boss, you have to now go aggressive on your private capex, because you guys are not spending at all on private capex. So that is something that will finally come into the picture. But again, let's see where things take us, because this GST thing has become very interesting for all of us, and we need to see. And obviously the GST changes are going to help the lower end. It is going to help consumption. It is going to help all of those things, right? So that is something that we need to look at. Chalo, let us see something else. Let me just show you something else as well. One second. Yeah. Now, Nifty, this is the case. But now my question is, now GST is going to come, and PM Modi has said that GST is going to come in towards Diwali, and Diwali is going to be very interesting. And now just imagine the headlines that will come out in Diwali, right? Suddenly headlines will come about consumption doing well. Suddenly we'll see a lot of bikes being sold, cars being sold, and all of that. So then I said, okay, if this is going to happen, and the next 3 months there will not be any activity. In fact, next 3 months people will get beaten down, because there is no selling happening. If I want to buy a car, I'll be like, ruko na, GST will come, reduce, then I will go buy a car. So 3 months nobody's going to buy a lot. So we will see a dip in the car and auto game, right? But that will also give us a beautiful opportunity, because after 3 months we will suddenly see a rise. So in the 6th month quarter, right, in the 6th month, which is somewhere around December-ish, we will start seeing good amount of results coming from all these automakers. So if I had to club it into a watch list, let me tell you all the companies that are currently looking very interesting. By the way, it's not a buy or sell recommendation, but let me show you the companies that are currently looking very interesting right now from a Diwali standpoint, right? Or post Diwali. Let's say till December, what is looking interesting. One company in the auto ancillary space is definitely SJS, making from a technical standpoint has also made a nice cup and handle formation over here, right? And at the breakout zone over here. So this has definitely started looking good. Now, if you look at SJS is a company that provides premium auto ancillary. It's in the premium auto ancillary space, and they provide to all these Mahindras and all of that. So if the auto sector does well, the auto ancillary part of SJS should ideally do well. And if you look at this company from a fundamental standpoint as well, because I've been looking at this company for a long time, not invested in this. 4,000 crore market cap, 34 P ratio. And if I look at the yearly revenue, you will see that it is in a good trajectory. Same with the profit, same with the growth, same with the net worth, right? So it is a Indian decorative aesthetic solution provider for the auto ancillary space. Again, very interesting because this is, the promoters are very less, 21%, but heavy dependence on mutual funds in this company, right? FIIs and DIIs, in fact, have almost 40 to 50% of this company, which is also a good signaling sign on the company as well. So this is one of the companies that looks very interesting. Another one, again, auto ancillary, I'll show you, auto, because they have key growth triggers coming out in this quarter, next quarter. The other one is FIEM Industries. Again, it is in a upward zone right now, right? Obviously, it has to come down to retest a little bit, but this is in a nice channel upwards. It is also doing well. Same shit. It is also in auto ancillary space only. Again, doing really well. Again, undervalued as for some reason at 25p. And if you look at the yearly revenue, again, it is growing, profit is growing, market cap is 5,400. So very, very, very interesting, right? They do brake angle sensor, plastic molded parts, canister sheet, a little bit on the commoditized side. Hence, it is not futuristic. Hence, the P ratio given is slightly lower, but still, it is very comfortable. If you look at the promoter holding and promoter mutual fund and FII, pretty much almost 60-65% of that is going into this itself. So very, very interesting here also. I'm just going to show you interesting companies, okay? Coming to the third interesting company, Ashok Leyland. Now, this is obviously slightly towards the large cap, not exactly large cap, but see, Ashok Leyland is again making a very good zone. They've also got around 2,000 to 3,000 crores of orders for Ashok Leyland trucks. This is something I didn't know that they were in defense, by the way. I really didn't know this. I came to know this just today because one of my analysts was actually looking at this and he told me that they've got an order of 2,000 to 3,000 crores for trucks. So apparently the rockets, Pinaka rockets and all of that is there are mounted on Ashok Leyland trucks. Let me just show you. Look at this, right? This is basically, you can see this, Ashok Leyland Defense Systems. So these are the trucks. I mean, I've seen it, but somehow it never registered in my brain that they were into defense. Like I always look at Ashok Leyland and I'm like, you know, truck company here, trucks will go up and down and all of that. It never registered in my head about this. But again, see, as and when we grow, we keep learning more and more, right? So that is something that we've learned today. But again, Ashok Leyland, again, looking very interesting. Let me show you the fundamentals of this company, right? Or close to breakout. It is at 23p, 76,000 crore market cap company with very good ROE and ROCE ratios. So see, I'm showing you all the companies that are primed to do well, maybe for the next 6 to 9 months, primed to do well with low P ratio. So the risk reward is adjusted that way, right? Again, if I look at the yearly revenue, this has been a grower only. I mean, obviously, it has been a long-term compounder, Ashok Leyland, and now they've got some really good compounding playing in their arena, and they are in defense. Yeah, I didn't know. It was shocking for me also. But these are some things that are looking very attractive right now. Even this company, I think I made a video. How many of you all saw the video I made about this, the Royal Enfield company? Recently made a video on this. How many of you all saw it? Very interesting company. Very interesting. I didn't even know so many things. When I actually deep dive and understand all of this, I realized that, fuck, this is a crazy company. You should definitely go check it out. I've made a video on this. Two futuristic auto companies, right? Because first things first, couple of things that are good is that their export business has become so big. From 200 crores in 2017, it has become 2,500 crores in 2025. That blew my mind, number one. The Royal Enfield spare parts and jackets business has also gone up to around 2,000, 2,500 crores. I was like, what the hell, right? And the third part is they're coming out with an electric motor, electric bike, Flying Flea. Now, I don't know how many of you all actually have electric. I mean, how many of you all actually have Royal Enfield at home, right? I don't know if people would really want to switch to a Royal Enfield electric, but hey, I know the market has been changing a lot, very dynamic. Obviously, the future is electric, but a Royal Enfield person loves sitting on the bike and doing da, 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 da. So that is something that is very, very interesting, right? So that is something I really want to see whether it works well or not. Now, looking at it from a fundamental standpoint, again, it is at 33 P ratio, again, prime to break out, and the revenue and profit does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So that is something that, again, is going to look very interesting. So these are some companies that are, yes, at low Ps, very attractive key growth triggers coming. And also this benefits directly when there is the GST change happens. This also starts coming in as well, right? Can RE sustain the kind of growth in coming years? Yes, I think RE can sustain the growth of coming years as well. Yeah. Next business that is again doing phenomenally well, because somehow I feel that the SIP AMC inflow has not changed at all. How many of you all realize this? That the SIP has actually not gone down, contrary to popular belief, where we assume that the SIP ratio should go down. In fact, it is not going down. In fact, it is going up more and more and more. So that is something that is again very interesting for all of us to look at. Give me one sec. Let me just find 1 second. Where is that? Give me 1 sec. I'm just looking at some very interesting information. Where did that go? So sometimes it's difficult to find information that you really want, but milna to chahiye. Let me show you that information because it's really good. But the other sector that is currently doing very well in this space is the asset management business. Again, asset management business, there is no stress for them, mainly because constantly it has been going up only. And with the GDP growth rate happening, the monthly inflows into SIPs are also increasing quite drastically. Right, I found it. So look at this. This is the SIP of AUM in crores in India. Do you see a trend? Can you see a trend, clear trend? Either this will saturate or it will continue to grow, but the SIP inflow is just unbelievable, right? Now, this is the monthly inflow, right? This is the total SIP AUM inflow. This is the monthly SIP inflow. Almost 28,000 crores are coming into the system every single month, and most of us are sitting in cash only, right? That is again very interesting. Monthly net inflow, if you see, around 40,000 crores have again come into the system. So there's no change happening in this right now. So it is very interesting. And if I had to look at the companies that are getting advantage of this, is one is to Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC. Again, look at this, very close to a breakout in the upward trajectory, and fundamentally also it has been doing really well. The recent quarter of Aditya Birla AMC has also come out very well, right? And obviously, if the SIP inflow is growing and money is flowing into the system, the results will obviously look good. See how the results look quarter on quarter, 481 to 565. Quarter on quarter growth is there, yearly growth is there, and these are free cash flow generating companies. Ekdam cash pe cash game, right? There is no stress about the cash of this company. If I actually go here and show you the balance sheet, you will see that their assets will keep going up because they're no debt, right? It's a completely debt free company. So that should basically make it a very, very, very interesting company as well, right? One is that. The other one, which again is in the same space, is Nippon, or also known as NAM India. And this basically gets a lot of small cap investments into Nippon, because Nippon Small Cap Mutual Fund has been one of the best performers over time. And if you see this, even their this one, what do you call that? Whenever small cap index does well, their portfolio starts doing well. Their SIP growth also happens, because if I'm doing SIP, there's a double advantage for these companies. Do you know what the double advantage is? One is the inflow. Second is the compounding effect. Because if I'm paying 100 rupees to, let's say, Nippon India to manage my mutual fund, next year it becomes 120. They take 1% on my 120. You get it? So as and when they compound the wealth, right? As and when they compound the wealth, their 1% AUM fee or expense ratio or whatever it is also gets taken from my AUM that they're managing. So every year, not just will they get new SIP inflows coming in, they will also get compounded returns from that. That is why money management business is one of the best businesses if you can actually crack it. So again, Nippon India, very interesting company. Again, these are all I'm telling for the next 6 months, right? Because I don't think this is going to stop. And during Diwali, we will see some extra inflow coming into the market, assuming the market is good, because we will all have some extra income. Diwali gifts and all of that will start. So hopefully that should do well. HDFC AMC is on an absolute mad run. Anand Rathi Wealth also following the similar pattern. So as you can see, all these companies are following similar patterns because they've been doing really well in the market right now. Coming to the next safe business, okay, not safe, but let's say next good risk adjusted businesses. One is the hospital space. Now, yes, nothing to do with the GST, but yes, there is medical insurance that is going to be reduced to almost nil. I think because of that, your Narayana Hrudayalaya will do well. Because if you remember, in the last few quarters, Narayana Hrudayalaya had announced that they're getting into the insurance business, and they are providing this low-cost insurance for a lot of people. And if the insurance, health insurance and medical insurance start going down, that becomes a huge advantage trigger for a lot of companies. In fact, we will see more and more hospital companies now getting into insurance, because they're like, why should we bother with these annoying insurance providers? We will only provide insurance, because insurance is such a beautiful thing that gives companies float, gives companies a lot of cash. Because like, I'm also giving almost 35,000 in health insurance, right? I've barely claimed it. I think maybe once I claimed a very small amount, but I barely claim it, right? And even in that claim, not 100% gets claimed. So either which way, it is like a thing, right? So that is why it gives a huge advantage, because even, let's say, Warren Buffett's company is actually an insurance company. That's how he has so much free float. Like LIC has a lot of money in their bank. So I am thinking that in the next 10 years, I wouldn't be surprised if all hospitals have their own insurance, like Apollo insurance, Rainbow insurance, this insurance, that insurance. It'll be a thing of normal, that if there's an Apollo hospital next to me, I might as well take the Apollo insurance only, because it is closer to me and it is better for me as well. So I think that is how things will usually go into it, right? So Rainbow again doing really well, fundamentally also very strong. From all angles looks very interesting. One second. Yeah, from all angles looks interesting as well. So no stress or no problem here. Again, I look at it only from a long-term standpoint. This is not from a short-term standpoint. So here, if you look at the EV EBITDA, it's not here, but the EV EBITDA is slightly at the good valuation, not overvalued, not undervalued, or pretty much the same valuation. And if you see, this company keeps growing over time. Right now, I think their growth might be saturated, because if I did a deep dive on Rainbow, and I also saw that their growth expansions are very slow. They're not planning to grow aggressively. So that is something that we have to see as well. Then we have Indraprastha Medical, again doing really well, Global Health, and Fortis. So Fortis, to chhod do, it is in some other level only. Alag dunya pe it is going. This is going like there is no tomorrow, and it does not care about anyone else in the life right now. So Fortis is doing wonderful. But these are some very interesting companies during, I mean, I would say before Diwali, till Diwali, or maybe after Diwali. But these are very good long-term companies, not short-term, deep dive long-term companies, right? Now coming to our Donald Trump's country, let's look at what is NASDAQ doing. So NASDAQ is right now over here, right? There is a lot of stress in the market, mainly because of Jackson Hole. A lot of people are waiting for Powell's commentary to come out. A lot of people are saying that they might do a rate cut, which would be slightly bad for India if they do a rate cut, because then all the money would actually go into US to fund their growth. And they're already at a very high range right now, right? They're already trending on 20-day moving average, their index. This is a proper bull run that they're on right now. Look at this beautiful bull run. And that is why I said, even in the last session, I told all of you guys that it is very important to have some allocation always in the US market, always, right? Because whenever it falls, we start buying more and more into the US market. I have started ramping up my allocations in the US market, because I have enough in India right now. So I'm slowly adding more stuff into the US market. Yes, there are some taxes and all of that, but I've started adding more and more money into it. As you know, one of my biggest investments are in these chip companies itself, right? And they have also been doing well. But right now, it is definitely in a slightly overvalued zone right now. But a lot of interesting companies. In fact, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, after his news of exit, actually went and hit the 200-day moving average, and right now it is stabilized over there. And it has very rarely in the past hit 200-day moving average, Berkshire B. And this is where the markets misprice a lot of things, and that is what we are seeing right now, right? Whenever there's a mispricing in the market, we see things like this, because long-term balance sheet wise, fundamentally, it's all okay. But short term, it's a problem. And what a lot of people also use different strategies. For example, if you look at the NASDAQ 100, what a lot of other guys do, including me, what even I do, is whenever the NASDAQ 100 falls down, right, whenever it starts crashing or going down below 20-day moving average, or starts hitting this one, you start buying indexes over there. In fact, they have so many ETFs and so many indexes. It is just funny. They have even something known as the Magnificent 7 index. They have QQQ, they have Invesco indexes, they have SPY index, they have so many indexes, right? But it is always advisable, if you guys are investing in the US market, it is always advisable to keep some kind of allocation into the US market. Got it? Awesome. Let's quickly take one or two questions and then we'll call the stream out. Anyone wants to ask any question quickly? One or two questions you can ask. Can be related to the market, can be related to anything. Go for it. You can let me know. Let's take one or two questions. Don't ask me company related stuff because see, I'm giving you enough knowledge. First of all, are you guys happy with the quality of podcasts that are coming out? Have you watched the recent podcast of WhiteOak from Ashish? If you haven't, I know it's 1 hour. Instead of wasting 1 hour or 2 hours watching some stupid movie online, I would suggest put 1.25 and just watch that podcast. It is superb with respect to the knowledge perspective. It is on the channel. It is the latest video that has come out. Definitely go watch that podcast from WhiteOak. And if you want more information, last week we had also posted about mutual funds with Kirtan Shah. Again, super podcast. Both of these podcasts have come out really well. Next week, we have two more amazing podcasts coming out. One is from Gajendra. So Gajendra Kothari basically does 41 lakhs of SIP per month. 41 lakh of SIP. So he's given he's an MFD, so he has given a deep dive into mutual fund investing, right? He has given superb insights into how mutual funds should be invested, what are good ones, what are bad ones. All of that has also come in. And also next week, I think my dad's podcast is also coming out, which all of you guys wanted. But it's not going to be related to stocks. It's going to be more about his life, his journey, how he managed his finances and all of that. Stocks we can do again later, but right now we're just getting his idea about everything, right? Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me just take one question. One question. Huh. So everyone waiting for discount due to GST, but will companies forward that GST benefit to people to increase sales, or will it try to increase their profit by increasing price to bring it unchanged? What a question. See, definitely GST will go down. They are not going to change the price. Unke liye kya hai? If I am selling my car for 100 rupees, I will sell for 100 rupees only. I'm not going to change it at all, right? So if we are going to change it, the only GST is getting changed, nothing else. Okay, so don't worry about that. Look at this. Somebody is saying that I am not happy because after become SEBI registered, you're not giving stock advices. Boss, I'm not giving stock advice before also. I won't give it right now also. But last week in the members community, we did give a deep dive into a stock. I think it was called CCL products. Number one. We also did 2 to 3 different members only stock specific videos. In fact, there is another video coming out next week as well. So what more do you want? And we also have 7 bar, which is a swing trading cohort, which is open for members only, where I actually give swing trade recommendations. So from a stock perspective, I think enough and more content is coming out even on the membership side. Yes, I have been typing less there, which I'm going to change this week, more on the personal side. But from the content perspective, I don't think much has changed over there. So if you're looking for straight up stock advice, then this is not the small case. I mean, this is not the website to be in or the community to be in. Any ET and the other two small cases? Yes. So the Fluid C small case is coming out September, first week or second week. The Fluid Q small case will come out in Diwali. And the Fluid SM small case will come out somewhere around March, Jan, Feb, March ke aspas. Not too keen on that to launch ASAP. So that is exactly what I basically said, right? When do you think market will go to all-time high? I think Diwali ke baad it should reach all-time high. I think December is a good time to see market closer towards all-time high. So that is basically what I would say. Again, but it's too. I mean, it's just my opinion. I don't think it'll actually do that because anything can happen with the market tomorrow. Again, something can happen. So I really don't know. It's very difficult to predict short term, but long term, I think we are okay. And I think 2026 will be a very good year, is what I would strongly believe. Okay, awesome, guys. Any more doubts, any more questions, you can put it in the comment section below and we will answer it again. Again, thank you guys for spending time and watching this entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, a big shout out to Grow for powering us because I'm getting out a lot of content coming out for you guys, including a lot of small cases as well. So all of this is coming out. So again, thank you, Grow. And you can also check out the Grow app whenever you're free. The link is in the description below. Awesome, guys. Take care. I will see you guys again next week. Yes, I will see you guys again next week. And let's see what happens. Let's see how TikTok ruins our youth in our country and the Gen Zs become more crazy. Let's look at how that affects. Okay, chalo, bye bye, take care.